I think you don't have to be on the left or the right to see right now that it's the right taking the heat for this budget impasse or cliff impasse, whatever you want to call it. Many of the mainstream media say Republicans are the reason why we're having this battle.
Something else that I think some Republicans are worried about, not 92, but 1994, when the government shut down, Newt Gingrich was blamed.
53% of people would blame Republicans if we go over the cliff. Only 29% would blame the president.
Nothing is done. If you cannot get together, you go over the fiscal cliff, and taxes go up for everybody, correct?
There's no deal. You're going to blame the Republicans for ruining Christmas?
Mike Huckabee. Wow.
That's what it is you know, the Grinch that stole Christmas. They're called Republicans. I'm not surprised. I mean, the media is going to spin this as the Republicans won't come to the table. But the Republicans came to the table. They brought out $800 billion of taxes. And what did they get for it? They got nothing. You know, they got basically balloon juice for it, because the Democrats said, okay, here's the deal. We'll think about some cuts. We're not sure when, we're not sure how much, and we're not sure where, but we'll get back to you on that. You just go ahead and raise those taxes. People in the Republican Party can't go for that, even though they're going to get blamed for the disaster and the train wreck that's coming.
I always tell people, though, just look, just with an unbiased point of view at the coverage and just say, did you ever wonder why Republicans are obstinate not wanting to hike taxes even more, but Democrats are not when they don't want to touch spending? I just say if you're going to go after Republicans on the taxing for whatever reason, it should be more, it should be rates, it should be this, fine. Then apply the same standard to Democrats and what they're ponying up when it comes to spending cuts.
Well, one of the things the Republicans need to do a better job of is being specific about what they've offered, and also being specific about what the Democrats haven't offered. They've not done that very well. And the other thing I don't think they've yet communicated is that, what is this going to do? You know, Barack Obama has made this such a point of his presidential campaign and now of his presidency that we've got to go after those 2%ers. I think the question is not to answer it with an answer it with a question. What will that gain us? Can we run the government for 8 days? Wow, that's not going to really help. And does
You're talking about the money you would get
exactly
per year hiking that.
It doesn't really make that much difference. Right. So then the next question is, if it doesn't really help the government, does it help poor people? Are you going to help the people at the bottom? Actually, you're not. And are you really going to hurt the people at the top? No. You may hurt the people in the middle, because they're the ones who are working for the people at the top, who, if they don't have the money to make those salaries and the paychecks, they just let them go.
Well, disavow me of this cynical view I have. You've been a governor, a very popular governor. And I always say that you guys, when you're negotiating with your state budget or something, behind the scenes, actual progress is being made. And just in front of the cameras and in front of yuckmeisters like me, it's all kabuki theater. But behind the scenes, stuff is getting done.
Well, actually, I think when you're really negotiating, you don't talk in front of the cameras. Because the thing is, you don't want to negotiate on the pages of the paper. Everyone's senses are very, very touchy. And when you're in the middle of a negotiation, the dumbest thing you can do is to do, and I don't mean to be overly critical here,
please do,
but the president has not been the chief executive. He has to call the meeting. He can't be at a toy factory. Well, they've both been running the microphones, so couldn't you apply the same to Boehner? You could, but the point is Boehner's waiting on the call. He's waiting on the meeting. All these weeks that the president should have said, Mr. Speaker, I need to visit with you at the White House. You never turned down the invitation of the president. And it's whether you're a mayor, a governor, or president, as the executive, you call the meeting, you set the table.
But that is interesting what you're saying, Governor, that if you're seeing this back and forth to the microphones, nothing's being done.
It's not good.
That's very interesting.
Because then you walk into the room and all that tension is there. You've got to tamp it down.
I heard what you just said about me.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're negotiating through the front page of the Washington Post, it's not going well.
Wow. That's very interesting.
It's not going well.
I learn something every time with you. Governor, thank you very, very much.